Hey, what's up? Welcome back. My name is Isaac from Vol.1 Comics, and today we're going to be doing another comic review. This one's going to be of that 2014 storyline of Captain Marvel. I'm going to be reviewing Volume 1 of that. I just picked this up a few days ago, and I read through it, and yeah, it's pretty good. I wouldn't say that it's as good as, say, like Flashpoint, but I absolutely love that book, so yeah, I don't know, it's pretty good. It's a nice little story that you'd probably read on a rainy day or something. It's not like something you would put at the top of your list, but it's far from awful, you know, it's really good. The writer is Kelly Sue DeConnick, if that's how you pronounce her name, and the sort of main artist is David Lopez. I think the writing is pretty good. You can sort of tell it's written by someone who clearly knows what they're doing in terms of like the sort of character dialogue and stuff, and the art, it's sort of not super memorable, you know, like probably because like this sort of art style has been used like quite a few times before. Like it's sort of, I guess, a bit too sort of common. It's sort of that sort of everyday kind of comic book art you sort of run into. I guess some of it looks kind of like, I guess, sort of more sort of sketchy, like not that clean. I mean, that sounds like I'm saying it's a bad thing. I'm trying to say it as a good thing. Like, it's sort of more sort of like a rough sketch. I mean, like some of the outlines are pretty sort of, I guess, there's like sort of thick outlines, but like everything else is sort of easily sort of sketched on there, and I kind of like that, you know. There's something kind of nice about that. I mean, obviously it doesn't like make you go like, oh, that's really awesome, it's totally new. Like for example, Flash Rebirth, that art style was like pretty cool, you know. It was something new, but I don't know, the art doesn't really matter that much in this. It's sort of I guess they know what they're doing, it's just not like absolutely amazing, basically. But yeah, basically what the story is there's this other planet called Torfa, I guess, and basically there's like a few different sort of alien species, I guess, living on that, and it's not the most sort of habitable planet, you know. It's not really kept in such a good condition, and they're trying to sort of mine through everything to get like the right resources and stuff, and like they're not really surviving too well. And yeah, it's slightly political, but like I guess it's not too political that a kid would not understand it, I guess, if that makes sense. I think that makes sense. And yeah, basically the Guardians of the Galaxy are in this, which is really cool, like how they used to look, not before the MCU came along and sort of changed everything, so that they like, which made them sort of make it look like the MCU, so that more people would read it, I guess. It's sort of like how they used to look like with, it has Star-Lord with his like other sort of helmet that like goes over his entire top of his head, if that makes sense. I don't know. Yeah, they all have this sort of cool armor, you know. Gamora has this cool armor, and yeah, it looks pretty cool actually. And yeah, I don't know, I'm not really too familiar with this sort of this version of the Guardians, because I don't know, their ship's a bit weird. I don't know, I think it's just the MCU Guardians that are like way past awesome, which makes everyone think that. I don't know. I'm not really making this seem like an awesome thing, am I? It is an awesome thing. But yeah, you get to see Captain Marvel. She basically goes into space because I'm pretty sure she's dating James Rhodes, War Machine, and she's just like, I need to go to space or something. And then he's just like, well, if you want to do that, if that's what you want, then you gotta go. And he's just like, don't let me sort of hold you back from any of that. And then yeah, so then we sort of get this, it's really cool, it's like this one-page sort of origin of Captain Marvel, and it's like this drawing that this kid drew, and it's like, it's really cool, you know, still makes it look awesome, and yeah, it's sort of easy to understand and does it in a really cool way, you know. But yeah, then it sort of fast forwards to when she meets the Guardians, and we sort of hear about this other planet called Torfa. And then, yeah, basically, throughout the course of the whole thing, she's trying to like sort out what's going on this planet. And yeah, like they say it's poisonous, but like apparently it's just poisonous if you like use the sort of minerals inside of the planet like in the wrong way. I don't know. It's kind of confusing. But yeah, there's this sort of political sort of unrest, I guess. Like people are sort of arguing and stuff. And the planet's actually being run by JSON of Spartax, which, if you don't know, in the comics is Star-Lord's father. And in the MCU, they made Ego his dad, but yeah, in the comics it's always been JSON who's been his father, because he was what's the name? A Spartax, or like, yeah, he was a Spartax. I don't know what they're actually called. If you're talking about a few of them, I can't explain myself very well. But yeah, he's basically like ruling it just so that he can like rule another planet, and he's sort of not really giving them that many resources and like poorly managing them, and he's just like, well, I'm not gonna help you if you have me like give you all this stuff. I'm just gonna sort of take care of your planet just to sort of own it and stuff. And basically Captain Marvel is trying to sort of change this, and then they like appear, and then they're just like, you're under arrest. Like they try to arrest Captain Marvel for sort of trying to change this, because JSON in this is kind of a huge douche, basically. Well, he kind of always has been slightly, but in this you sort of get to see that on like a larger scale of like a whole community being sort of affected by his huge doucheness, I guess. And yeah, it ends in this like sort of huge battle between Spartax and Captain Marvel, like in space, and like she goes in and blows up the mines. Like there's this huge fleet of ships that she's like starting to bash up and stuff, and I don't know, it's kind of weird, but I like it. It's sort of it's interesting, I guess. And the Guardians actually don't have that much, I guess, screen time. Can you say screen time? I'm gonna say panel time. They don't have as much. Well, they're not really in the story as much, I guess, if that makes sense. You know, they're sort of like a quick sort of appearance at the start, and then they basically tell her about the planet, and they're just like, it's a sort of poisonish planet. It's not that what's the name, inhabitable. There's these people living on there and all this stuff, and then you sort of hear about JSON sort of running it and stuff. So yeah, the Guardians don't really have that much of an appearance in it. Like she sort of stays on their ship for a bit towards the beginning, and like she brought like her cat with her and stuff. Her cat's called Chewie, by the way. It's really funny. And then what's his name? Rocket sort of attacks the cat and calls it a flurkin or something, because like that's the sort of I think that's what his race is called, or like some kind of animal, like some kind of furry animal that looks like a cat is called like a flurkin or something. And then like he's sort of chasing after it. It's kind of funny. It's sort of a bit of lighthearted Marvel humor, if that makes sense. You know, good stuff. But yeah, that's basically the whole story. I'm trying not to spoil too much about it, because yeah, it's better if you just read this yourself, because yeah, it's a sort of a nice little story. Out of 10, I'd probably rate it about a 6.8, I reckon, or 7. 6.8 to 7.2, I think. That's probably around about the range that I'd give it. And yeah, basically, should you pick this up? I'm gonna say only if you're a Captain Marvel fan, I reckon. And I have heard that this is actually better than the version that came out in, I think, 2017 or 2016. I don't remember, but yeah, apparently it's really good. This is only the first volume. Might get better later on. I don't know. Don't know if I really should pick up the next few volumes. I don't know. I might read a few more reviews and stuff. The guy in the comic book store, like, I'm just like, do you reckon this is a good story? And the guy in the store is just like, yeah, I really recommend it. It's really good. If you want to prepare for the movie, then like get this or something. I reckon he was just trying to sell it to me. I don't know what was going on, but yeah, you should check this out. I think if you really want to know about Captain Marvel for the movie, or if you're already a huge Captain Marvel fan, those are the sort of two little, if you're either of those, then probably check this out. But other than that, if you're not too interested, then don't get it, because yeah, it's probably not really gonna enjoy it that much. But anyway, that's my 2 cents on this issue here. This volume. I reckon is it the first 5 issues or the first 6 issues? I do not know. Anyway, thank you for watching. We're almost at 100 subscribers. We're at 97 now, I think. So if you could please subscribe, that would be awesome, because we need to get to 100. We're like 3 off. So if you could subscribe, I know I sound really petty asking for this, but please, that would be greatly appreciated. And you can follow us on our social medias below. I'm on Twitter. I think Pat's on Instagram, and we have a Discord server. I'll put the link in the description below so you can check that out. But other than that, thank you for watching, and yeah, I'll see you later.